Hello, today we are looking at the topic word problem, and we are starting with the introductive parts. And what we are looking at is how interpreting word problem as a mathematical statement. So here you are going to learn how to interpret word problem situation. And the rules you should adhere to is number one, always denote the unknown with a letter. The letter can be X, Y, A, Z as the case may be. The second rule is that read the entire question first, then interpret in parts, so as to make the job less complex. The third one is you should note that statement that involves double means you have to multiply, you have to do two times the unknown or known expression. A statement that implies tripled means to do three times the unknown. And sometimes it might come in fractional form, like 1/4 of a number. That will be 1/4 times that unknown number. And then it could be 3/5, which means 3/5 times the unknown, like saying 3/5 times x. Okay. And then you should also note that that's the fourth one. Older, taller, increased, more than all implies increment, and that means addition. Like saying a boy is 4 years old today, how old will he be in 4 years time? That's an increment already, so that implies addition. And the fifth one is a statement that involves less than if it is not an inequality problem, which we will look at later on. It implies subtraction. So statement like less than, difference implies subtraction. And last of it is statement that involves results means equals to. And don't forget there are other aspects. Statement that involves product means you are multiplying. And statement that involves quotient, it means you are dividing. So let's start with, we are going to look at this known case situation. We say Mr. Brown is 40 years old. His daughter is 15 years younger. How old is she? So, back to the rule, you take the information bit by bit. Mr. Brown is 40 years. That's the first statement. We know that. And then his daughter is 15 years younger, like you can see on the screen. That is the second statement. Now, how old is she? To know how old she is now, we need to do what? Subtraction. Because she is younger, it means she is our age is less than that of our dad. Okay, so we are doing 40 minus 15, and that will give us 25 years. She's 25 years. This may not be applicable in real life, but the question, according to the question, that is what we have. Now, this another situation. A girl is 14 years old. This is an unknown case. How old will she be in X years time? So at the present time, this is the age of the girl, 14 years. Now, in S years time, that will be in the future. That means her age would have increased. An increment means what? Addition. So we are doing 14 plus X. So our age will be 14 plus X years. Take note of that. And then we have this other case. We have this known case. What number is 6 more than 3? What number is 6 more than 3? It's easy. Okay? What number is 6 more than 3? Remember, more than implies addition. So we can say that the number equals to 3 plus 6, and that is 9. Very easy, right? It's just to understand. That is what matters. Then is another situation. What number is 6 more than 2 times of x? What number is 6 more than 2 times of x? Here, you may want to take this question. You may want to start from at the end of the question. So, the 2 times x. So, we are going to say 2 times x will be 2 multiplied by x. and that will be what? 2x. So our number, which is 2 more than twice, uh, uh, which is 6 more than 2 times of x, will be 2x plus 6. That's the number. Okay, now this is another situation. You are looking at more questions, because more questions will help you develop that problem solving skill. Now, what is the number which is 1 less than 9? What is the number which is 1 less than 9? All right. Now remember, I said that less than implies what? Subtraction. And guess what this number is going to be? So I'm going to say this is our first case. The number equals to what? What number do you think is 1 less than 9? It's simple. The number is simply 10. Because if you take away 1, if you take away 1 from 10, that will give you what? That will give you 9. So the number is 10. Now, the second case here, second case, they say what is the number which is 1 less than n? So the number 1 less than n, that will be n minus 1. Don't forget, in subtraction, order matters, because operation under subtraction is not commutative. That implies that although 2 plus 3 equals to 5 and 3 plus 2 is 5 as well, we can't say that 3 minus 2, which is 1, is the same thing as 2 minus 3. So order matters when you are doing operation regarding subtraction. So this is another case. A rectangle is such that its length is 10 times its breadth. If the breadth is d centimeter, find the total length of the sides of the rectangle. Here you need to pause a little bit and then try to understand the question. A rectangle. This is a rectangle. Let's draw. Let's draw the rectangle. We have a rectangle of this nature. Okay, and then they said its length is 10 times its breadth. So let's say the breadth is y. So it means that the length will be 10y. Okay, and then they now give us if this one is d, it means that this one is going to be what? 10d, isn't it? They now say find the total length of the sides of the rectangle. When you say total length of the sides of the rectangle, you are asked to calculate perimeter. Perimeter is 2l plus b. So that will be, already you know that your length, which is now 10d, and your breadth, which is now d, this is what you are going to have, and this will be equals to 11d, and this one implies multiplication, and that will be 22d, and there is your answer. So here's another question. A sum of $500 is shared equally between X girls. One of the girls spent $360. How much does she have left? So total money, total equals to $5,000, isn't it? So when you hear the statement sharing implies, let me write it here. Sharing implies division. Sharing implies division. So we are going to say each girl will get 5,000 over x, because they are remember, it is shared equally. It is shared equally. And 5,000 over x will still be what? 5,000 over x. So each of the girls gets 5,000 over x dollars. They now say one of the girls spends $360 out of her money. How much does she have left? So so balance of that money will be equals to this over x minus this. And if we simplify this, we can arrive at a very composite, a very organized fraction. But we can just leave it here just to understand how to interpret this word problem question. Now, this another one. When 6 is subtracted from a certain number and the result is multiplied by 8, the question says find the final result is 32 when 6 is subtracted from a certain number. So we don't know what the number is, so we can say let's always remember that let the number be x. Yours can be y, like I said. So 6 is subtracted from a certain number means that we have x minus 6. That's the first statement. And the result implies what? Equals to is multiplied by 8. The result is multiplied by 8. Oh, I won't put my equals to now. Do you know why? Do you know how I'm not putting my equals to? The reason is because there is a situation of the final result. So I would just want to solve this on in one line. So the result of x minus 6 is ts minus 6, and that will be multiplied by what? By 8. So you are doing 8 times that. And they say when you do that, the final result will be what? 32. So bringing these together, we can have 8x minus 6 equals to 32. Do you understand? That's an equation already. We can solve for x. Now, but we are not solving today, just to look at how to translate, how to interpret it. This is another question. When 2 is subtracted from 6 times a number, the result is the same as when 2 is added to 5 times the number. Don't forget, take the statement bit by bit. So when 2 is subtracted from 6 times a number, let the number be x. So let me use this for consistency's sake. So here I'm going to have, they said the result is when 2 is subtracted from 6 times a number. So 6 times implies 6x. Are you getting it? 2 subtracted. So when 2 is subtracted, we are going to have 6x minus 2. Okay? And the result is the same. Result, that is our result here, will still remain 6x minus 2. And that will give us, is the same as when 2 is added to 5 times the number. When 2 is added to 5 times the number. Now you should know that 5 times the number is 5x, isn't it? That means 5x plus 2. So this is the equation we are looking for. Alright? So this is another case. You can go through it and be sure that you understand that. You understand it. Now this is another question. A boy's age is x years and his father is 4 times as old. Find the father's age in y years time. So the boy's age equals to x. Father, who is 4 times, will be 4 times x, and that will be 4x years old. Now they say find the father's age in y years time. So I will say in y years time, comma, father equals to 4x plus y. So that will be the father's age, you know. The y years is in the future, which means that you are adding to the age of the father. Okay, now the eighth one says the result the result of adding 15 to x is dividing x by 4 is the same as taking x from 5. Express this statement as an algebraic equation. Let me read again for clarity. That is a bit confusing. The result of adding 15 to x is dividing x and so I needed to correct uh, the question. There is a typographic error. So the result of adding 15 to x and dividing it, the result by 4, is the same as taking x from 5. Express this statement. So here, adding 15 to x, we have x plus 15. The result of this is still the same thing, and dividing it by 4. They now say the entire result will be taking x from 5. Taking x from 5, that will be 5 take away x. We've expressed it as an algebraic equation. So you can go through it and make sure you understand, and then if you understand, apply the knowledge to this, and drop your answer in the comment section. Thank you.